Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, Mr. Ryan. How are you?
I'm swell, bro. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really doing great.
We need to give them crickets, man.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Mark? Okay. Too much. Megan, how you doing, baby? Oh. No Megan, no Mark. Just me and Ryan holding it down. But we're all you need.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? Dynamic duo.
That's all. That's all you need.
Like Black Man and Robin.
That's right. I'd never seen you as a Robin. I couldn't see you in green and red, but hey, it is what it is.
I've been known to dabble.
You could do it?
Yeah.
You could pull it off?
Occasionally.
I believe you. That would be the biggest DC news we have this week. DC, man, I don't know why they don't do the steady drip. Probably because they don't have as much going on.
I mean, what do they really have going on other than Batman that everyone's waiting for and The Flash?
Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Is that out sometime soon?
No, not soon, but they're done. I think they're done filming.
Oh.
They're done with, they're in post-production and probably getting ready to drop some trailers.
Ooh, you know how much you love trailers.
Oh, I do love me some trailers. That's true.
I just can't.
You know who else loves trailers?
Tony Anello's?
Ford Supply Company. This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men. Visit their website at fordsupply.com and order online. Use promo code Alter Ego to get 10% off your order. Ford soap, real soap.
No bullshit.
That's right.
And those holiday scents should be in.
Oof.
Looking to grab me a cranberry.
You want to smell like a wreath or a Christmas tree? Pick it up. I don't know.
Christmas tree.
Smelling like a Christmas tree, though, that would be that'd be a pretty big flex.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a pine scent, so.
Do they?
Yeah, that's all year round, though.
That is a good one. That is a good smell. Oh, the cypress pine. Yeah. That's right. I don't have a segue for it, but Tony Anello's. Actually, Nello's going to be on our next episode, so you guys will finally get to hear from him. He will be here live in studio next week when we talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. We're a little bit late on that, but, you know, holidays. If you celebrate, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. If not, I hope you had a good week. But we here in the States had Thanksgiving out here with our families, just chilling.
Which is why there's no episode that week.
Yeah, sadly. I'm sorry, gang. I should have said something. Anyway. Tony Anello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill is a hidden gem that's family-owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway, South Tierra Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-2577. Check out TonyAnellos.com.
I'll definitely be hitting them up next week.
Very soon.
Well, I'm actually working.
We went for our Cigar City Sports podcast dinner that we did.
Yes, we did.
And it was exceptional. It was very, very good. You're working there?
Well, I'm working down in the Tierra Verde area, so my wife's like, hey, go grab Tony Anellos all night. I'm like,
on the way back.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Because when we went that night,
yeah, we
didn't even, she didn't get to finish her third half of her food because we went out that night, then we had it the next day, and then it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
it just sat in the fridge?
Yeah, and unfortunately,
blasphemy.
We were all out for the rest of the week. So,
and I'll say this, come Christmas this year, we're doing full Italian at the house. We typically do.
Oh, nice.
We don't do the roast. We don't do any of that stuff. We don't get crazy. We do all Italian, so that should be good.
Oh, I'm a ham guy for sure. So.
Oh, there you go. I don't know about any Italian ham.
That makes sausage.
Somebody can make it happen for you.
I don't know.
All right, let's jump into it, huh?
Let's
go to some of our video game news first and some random news. I got some random stuff. First thing I wanted to talk about, which I'm upset that my wife's not here for this because she's probably got a lot to say. Now, officially, out there in the world, something called Xenobots are the first robot in recorded history to be able to reproduce.
Oh, boy, iRobot.
This is that moment in time where you're going to look back and say, hey, remember when our oppressive overlords were just Xenobots?
Man, do people not watch like Terminator,
iRobot,
in these movies? Like, they're the ones. That's what's gonna kill us.
What are you doing, guys? First of all, you're going to recreate AI. From AI, you're going to create these Xenobots, and then they're going to be self-aware robots with crazy precision. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm just like, why are we doing this? Do we not? I don't know. It's like having the fire and somebody keeps wanting to put their hand in it. You're like, hey, that's going to burn you. Stop.
No, we're just going to do this.
But look, now I've invented a glove that allows me to put my hand in there without burning myself. Nah, man. It's still going to get you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start buying bigger guns.
I'm going to invest in an EMP.
Right?
Something.
Give me some of those futuristic Men in Black guns to take on the bots as they come to...
That's what's going to happen.
Kill us all.
And we're so dependent on technology, too.
Oh, like yeah, we are.
iPhones. I mean, anymore... You're driving down the street, and I would bet this is universal in any country. And you see that person that's lazily drifting over into your lane and then overcorrects. You pull up next to them to give them that nasty look, and they're on their phone.
Yep.
I mean, it happens all the time.
All the time.
So dependent on it. It's just wild. Here I say that while I'm recording into a very nice microphone, into a wonderful soundboard to go into my Apple laptop, but I mean, I have limits, guys. I'm not trying to make these the boy parts and the girl parts of the robots come together.
Actually, let's bump phones together. See if we can make a baby iPhone.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Didn't work.
It didn't work out.
See,
it's a no-go.
Whoever's the head of Apple right now, make that a thing. Just touch iPhones.
Baby iPhones. They're like, well, how will we profit on the baby iPhones? Can we automatically charge you if you bump iPhones?
Yes.
Damn. Somebody would be broke.
Yeah.
The actual bit of video game news that I thought was interesting. I don't know if I care for these too much, but the DC Universe Online. You heard of that game?
Yes, I have.
You can jump in. Have you ever played it?
No, I have not.
I haven't either. But from my understanding, you kind of create your own superhero.
Yeah.
And then you go into this MMO world. You have missions. You have things you need to accomplish, and your hero gets better as you go.
Yep.
Do I have that right?
I think that's the gist. My thing is like I would want to be the Flash, and I got a feeling that in a video game they can't make him move as fast as I want him to move. Because
it wouldn't be fair.
Exactly.
Everybody would be the Flash.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to play DC Universe.
Yeah. I didn't do that. But that same developer that created the DC Universe is now working on a Marvel MMO. Which I don't know how I feel about that either.
I mean, with the Marvel's Avengers,
Marvel's Avengers is actually trending upwards, in my opinion. I think they're doing a good job. I'm very pissed that Spider-Man is not going to be somebody that's playable by everyone.
And that's another thing I was just about to bring up was if they do that, once again, it's going to be PlayStation exclusive for Spider-Man, one of the biggest Marvel heroes.
But if it's an MMO, how do you even do cross-plat? Because this would probably be cross-plat.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
So that's what would kind of suck about it. Like, just because we're playing the same game, just because you play on PlayStation, you get the Spider-Man, and I know that's what, exclusivity is, but it's kind of dumb when you're playing cross-plat. Like, it's different if you're on this system, I'm on this system.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're playing and we can play together, I should be able to have the same option and get the same characters you do.
I don't disagree.
Especially because no one can get their hands on a goddamn PlayStation 5.
That's true. Speaking of video games, the Fortnite is getting ready for Chapter 3. They've announced 2 characters that I've seen.
Fortnite's still a thing?
One that I'm okay. It's one of the biggest games in the world still.
People still flossing stuff?
Still.
Oh, man.
They've added The Rock in his skin. It's like a techno fighter or something. I don't know. He looks cool. But it is The Rock. There was the promo with him talking and saving the main guy from Fortnite.
And I've heard of that. Is this the same Rock that says he's not going to use guns in video games, but now wants to be in a video games that's all about shooting someone?
No. He doesn't want to use real guns in his movies.
Movies, that's what I meant. My bad.
He doesn't want to use blanks and hire the proper staff to be safe. he would much rather just eliminate the guns and do everything in post. Virtue signaling like crazy.
Yeah, he is.
He's saying, no, we're never going to do this again. But you know what? Throw me in Fortnite, baby.
Yeah.
Pick up that sniper.
I mean, given it was probably something that was already done, but...
Maybe, but, I mean, come on. It seems a little hypocritical to me.
Very.
And I think The Rock is willing to do whatever it takes to get people to like him and to get the most likes and subscribes. It's all about growing the brand. Good for you, bud. But stop acting like you care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He makes me feel bad, The Rock. He's up at 5 a.m. You can do it too, man. I've been down here working out for 6 hours. I've been selling some of my tequila. I got another movie where I'm getting other superstars together. It's going to be the biggest movie in the world. But you can do it too.
Yeah, I'd love to.
No, I can't, Rocky. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're working on it, though. And the other character that they're doing is an Xbox exclusive crossover.
Is that Master Chief?
No, that would be cool. That would be cool. Speaking of which, Halo Infinite is out now. I'm just going to give a brief review of it because I've been playing the hell out of it. And it's not even released yet. I've been playing the free multiplayer beta. It's crazy amounts of fun. Get on there and play. It has been an excellent experience so far. Even when you're getting spanked in Halo sometimes, it's still pretty fun.
Still fun. Yeah.
It's a fun game. You're going to have a good time with it. So if you have an Xbox or PC and you want to jump on that, hey, and if you want to play with us, let me know.
Yeah, I almost jumped in with you and Amber them the other night.
Hey, nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, actually something did stop me, and it was the fact that my thing wasn't updated, so I couldn't play. I was like, well, that's it.
Yeah, I've been on that almost every day. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun. But the other Xbox exclusive is none other than my boy, Mr. Marcus Phoenix.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
We'll be making a crossover into Fortnite. My brother sends me a message. Yeah, spoilers for Gears of War. He goes, My boy Dom didn't die for this shit to happen to put Marcus Phoenix in Fortnite.
So does that mean that you're going to start playing Fortnite?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. 0% chance.
I wonder if they're going to give you the whole chainsaw on the end of the guns.
That would be incredible. However, I don't think Fortnite is going to allow its characters to be sawed in half.
Yeah.
I've been wrong before, but, not many times.
No, I think it was like once.
One time, and I hated it. It was the absolute worst. On to some DC news.
Alrighty then.
Which is all we've got for DC news. Is one thing, and I just thought it was very interesting. We were talking about Danny DeVito not long ago, where he was wanting to write a Penguin comic for the Penguin anniversary. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, man, I don't know if he really just loves that character. Do you think that's Danny DeVito's biggest role he's ever done?
Probably. I'm not surprised that he goes home and he just gets in the penguin getup and the tuxedo and just walks around
and
like
eats
that
a raw
all
fish.
the time.
Eats a raw fish.
Good old cobblepot.
Answers the door for Amazon going,
I can see it. He's got a bunch of penguins built in his backyard that are just walking around.
So he wrote that comic for DC. And he also wrote, not just that, but he says now that he wants to rejoin Tim Burton in doing and revisiting the Penguin, which I don't know how you would do that, especially with the most recent iteration being Colin Farrell. And it looks like he's going to do a really good job and he's going to crush it. So I don't know. Would you want to see Danny DeVito? Do you think that DC is going to go hard into the multiverse stuff? Because, we've already gotten the teaser that Michael Keaton is back.
They probably are, and it's probably not wise.
Yeah.
I was thinking I do or wouldn't mind seeing Danny DeVito be the Penguin again.
Right.
But he's old.
They're also talking about, like when they got Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix to play the Joker, Jack Nicholson was pissed. He's like, They didn't call me to reprise the role? No, Jack, we didn't. Sorry.
Jack wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad.
But he ain't no Heath.
No. He wouldn't have been able to physically do what Heath had done.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if DC's got him frozen down there in the attic, in the basement, like they do Disney's head, and
seeing if
trying to bring him back.
They're
waiting for the Xenobots to bring life into.
That's what they're gonna do. They're going to inject. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna bring back Heath Ledger
to bring it back. The Xenobots. Just to make hold the phone.
A Joker.
So they're gonna make a cyborg Joker out of Xenobots and Heath Ledger's corpse.
I mean, if they can reproduce by themselves, I wouldn't be surprised if they could just look just like them.
Kind of like skin cells too.
Exactly,
yeah.
Just all the way, all the time, just Joker all the time, Jesus. Walking around.
I don't know if I want that in the world.
Copy his mannerisms perfectly.
But having Joker out there in the world, there are way too many real life Punishers out there that would just cap him if he was as bad as he was in the movie.
He's an AI, so he just keep coming back.
That's right.
He'll just keep being reborn, stronger, faster.
Xenobots coming back and recreating Heath Ledger. Damn you.
Hey, DC, you need a movie? There's one.
There's your movie, DC.
$100.
$100? Wait,
Yeah,
is that your finder's fee?
Yeah.
For that idea?
Yeah, I'd say $1 million, but apparently DC doesn't really have a budget, so they make trash movies.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't think there's a single movie on earth you could make for $100 that's getting released in theaters.
I know Napoleon Dynamite couldn't have cost more than $100.
That one, it definitely did cost more than $100, but it was low budget.
Oh yeah,
they had to spend at least $75 on La Fonda.
Right. And the chips and dip.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, he just wasted perfectly good steak.
They had to get a llama to be on set. That had to cost some money.
Yeah, probably like $4.
$4?
It's a petting zoo.
Golly.
We're just going to bring our camera in.
The llama community is going to try to cancel you over that comment.
I'm sure they will.
Hashtag $4 llama.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. All right. Well, DC, that's like I said, that's all they got. But we got a lot of stuff in the movies and TV category.
Do we?
It's starting to look good. Another show that you haven't watched, The Witcher. When approaching, what? Go ahead.
I almost started it the other day. I'm
really good.
Looking at it, I'm like, the only problem is I was sleepy because I was trying to flip my work schedule. So
yeah,
I'm like, I can watch this and stay up, but I'm like, there's only one season out. I don't want to just watch 8 episodes.
They're long though. It's pretty good. You should check it out. So when asked about The Witcher as an overall show, the showrunner right now says they have plans for 7 seasons.
Wow.
Which in today's Hollywood, in today's actors, that's a lot.
It is. But how many shows on Netflix have had plans for other things and then Netflix canceled them?
Well, none that have performed the way Witcher Season 1 did. Not with it being such a huge hit and having such a top tier star as the number one guy in Henry Cavill and them having the production behind it. So I think it really is kind of hinging on whether or not Henry Cavill sticks around as Geralt. But he says he is definitely down for 7 whole seasons, as long as they keep telling great stories that honor Sapkowski, who is the writer of The Witcher. As long as it honors that, he's down. Can we just acknowledge that Henry Cavill is definitely nerd royalty? I know we've said this before.
He definitely is.
But right now, he's vice president under Carl Urban.
See, what's weird to me, though, is like, when you hear Netflix, like, I don't really hear that many people other than you talk about The Witcher like that.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't go anywhere in the last month without hearing about goddamn Squid Games.
Yeah.
So, or, what is it, Bridgerton and all the other stupid Netflix shows that they have. I've never seen, like, the push for The Witcher like that. So it kind of makes me nervous.
Squid Games was also one of those viral things, and it went a little bit beyond comics. Some people see The Witcher and don't realize that there's actually quality story there. They kind of look at that and go, this is another video game adaptation.
Yeah.
This is just another chop 'em up superhero movie.
See, and that's kind of where I was, like, that's where my worry is. Like, It could be good, but if there are not people, like, clamoring for it, why are we going to make 7 years of this stuff?
When you look at nerd culture, though, and you go to, like, Comic-Con, you could see how big Witcher is.
Oh, yeah. There, absolutely.
Let me tell you something. When you go to Comic-Con this year, you said Squid Games, you're going to see a lot of Squid Games.
Oh, yeah.
But I still think Witcher is going to have a very big future. It's more than just knights and monsters, guys. Check it out.
And if you go to Comic-Con, I'll be dressed as the front man.
That's right. Here's a guy that we can talk about. Ridley Scott. Were you here when we were talking about Ridley Scott last time?
Maybe.
When he was trash talking superhero movies.
Oh, yes.
And I'm just quoting here, fucking boring.
Boring, yep.
And then he proceeded to talk about Gladiator 2. Well, he's back again.
What's he talking about now?
Because his most recent movie, The Last Duel, starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, but we'll talk about it again.
Oh, you're talking about that movie Dogma, right?
No.
Oh, you're talking about that movie...
Chasing Amy?
No, yeah, is that it? No?
No, there's a lot of movies with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. But
Reindeer Games? No, Matt Damon wasn't in that one. Fargo?
Fargo, there you go. All I know is...
Jay and Silent Bob.
He's Strike Back. He's blaming audiences brought up on fucking cell phones for why The Last Duel bombed in the box office.
You know what? It's funny is like... I just think it's more to some of this, the whole COVID thing, but movie theaters just haven't been full.
No.
Like, at all. Like, every time I've gone, there's been a max of, like, I think 12 people in the big, gigantic theater that I went to go see The Eternals in. Was, like, probably the most amount of people I've seen in a theater in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we were going to go to see Ghostbusters Saturday night. Or just last night.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I don't know if it's going to be busy, and I don't want to fight through that. And then I'm like, it probably won't be busy.
Yeah.
But I was like, Monday, I know no one will be in there.
Nobody.
So I'm going to just go Monday.
There you go.
So I don't think it's cell phone culture. I just think it's people realizing, too. That's the other thing. I don't want to have to pay $50 to go see a movie.
Well, not to mention, you're talking about, let's use Ghostbusters as an example here. This is a movie that has a lot of nostalgia, a lot of people that remember it, and people are wanting to go back to see the story. And because it's got Paul Rudd, I mean, there's the hinting of some of the original cast coming back, and then you're putting it up against a movie about some French dudes who are trying to fight to the death because somebody took advantage of his wife, which I don't know if that's the subject matter for today's audience.
Yeah, I mean, that, and it looks like a Netflix movie. Like, you have movies that are coming out on Netflix that are more quality than that's probably going to be. No offense, Ridley Scott. I haven't seen your movie, but I'm sure it's fucking garbage because I love superhero movies. But, yeah, what is it?
I don't want to say it's garbage, but it's like you made it all about, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and this is a French period piece, and you put two kids from Boston in there to do The Last Duel. Hey, buddy, did you do something with my wife? And then you got Kylo Ren in there, too. I mean, they're all great actors, but, hey, man, nobody is clamoring for this kind of content.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't speak to us. It's nothing like I've heard of the movie.
Yeah.
Could care less.
Yeah, I saw all the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
I pretty much know what happens. Only thing that you left out of that trailer is who wins the duel.
Yep. That's why I don't watch trailers. It's like you can get a gist of the movie, like, yeah, I don't see that being that deep, and
yeah,
I totally forgot about The Last Duel.
Here's another movie that would crush The Last Duel. Keanu Reeves.
Can't wait for The Matrix.
Was talking about, which next week we'll have some Matrix news for sure. This week we're talking about him saying he would reprise his role as John Constantine, which is actually a DC property, so technically that could belong there.
Bro, apparently this was rumored that this was supposed to happen a long time ago because he actually wanted to do it, and they said they would do it, but he started the whole John Wick series.
Yeah.
And he was doing a bunch of other things, and also The Matrix, so he really didn't have time to squeeze in Constantine. But that is one movie that I would be there for day one. I fucking love that. That's my favorite DC movie, probably.
Yeah, that's not an unfair assumption. Mine is still Dark Knight. Dark Knight is in my top of all movies. But Constantine as a DC property is definitely way up there. It was a great movie, and it had no reason not to get a sequel.
Yeah, it really
especially
did.
with the way that I left it. I mean, I would love to see Keanu Reeves come back in there, reprise that role, go back into that battle between heaven and hell, and see him toe that line. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think he'd play it straight this time.
Think so?
Yeah, well, the devil got rid of his cancer, so he ain't gonna die.
That's absolutely true.
Oh, my bad. Spoiler alert for like a 20-year-old movie, but
sorry, we're not doing spoiler alerts for that. We're just not. So that's another one that I think would crush The Last Duel, but I would definitely be down to see that one. Who's that young lady that's in the movie with him too? Rachel Weisz. She could come back, reprise her role, although I don't think they would.
Thought she died, didn't she?
No,
she didn't. She lives.
Her twin is who dies.
She dies. Yeah, she's the one who commits suicide, but not really.
Yeah, 20-year-old movie, by the way. If you're upset at us for spoilers on Constantine, I'm sorry.
I was upset when Shia LaBeouf got it, bro. Like I really was.
Yeah, this is Kramer, Chaz Kramer, asshole.
Like the Holtz kid just got it.
Yep. And speaking of getting it, HBO. Turns out they had a couple of prequels they were working on for Game of Thrones.
Oh, boy.
One of the prequels, just for the pilot, they spent $30 million. And then, after they spent $30 million on the pilot, they pulled the plug on it.
Well, this is where you insert the, what is it? The Joe Exotic meme. I'm never going to financially recover from this. Like,
you know who ruined the prequel to HBO's Game of Thrones? That bitch Carol Baskins.
Like, why?
Oh, boy.
Why did they ruin it?
I don't know. I just, some of the projects anymore. Like, if I'm doing a pilot, I'm straight up going, and right here's where the dragon's going to fly in. Or getting a cardboard dragon to just Photoshop in there. Matter of fact, put my face on the dragon. How about the producer for HBO that had to turn in his travel and expense card? And how much did you spend on this pilot? $30 million. You did what?
Get the fuck out. You're fired.
You're fired. Pack your stuff and get out.
You know, we need to get that Ryan character. That Ryan guy can make a whole movie for $100.
That Ryan fella said he could do a prequel for $100.
A prequel? Just one episode? I could probably do it for $25.
Yeah. Clearly, Ryan has no idea how much it costs to produce movies and TV shows.
Absolutely none.
This is where we need Mark Hoffmeyer from Movies, Films, and Flicks to come in and tell us.
I'm like a kid that just asks for money but doesn't really understand the value of money.
You're that kid that when it's time to go out to eat, you're like, let's go to the steakhouse. You don't have any idea what's in the bank account.
Nope. No idea. I don't care.
Boy.
I want steaks, though.
Speaking of money being spent, Nicolas Cage cast as Dracula in the Universal monster movie Renfield.
What?
I'm like, you guys picked Nicolas Cage to play Dracula?
Wow.
So I just wanted to say that I'm thinking about biting your neck and then draining all the blood out of your body. Ain't it cool?
Yeah. You know, that's a movie I would really love to see a sequel to.
What?
The second half of Face Off 2.
Oh, Face Off 2?
Yeah. Like something happens on the way for him to getting his face back to where it was.
All these years later?
Yeah.
Face Off 2. We switched the faces again. I don't know why they did Face Off, because they genetically enhanced them to be taller or shorter, too. That was how far technology had advanced in Face Off.
Yeah. Still a good movie.
Yeah. Speaking of good movies and TV shows, Wheel of Time. Have you taken a gander at that on Amazon Instant Video or Amazon Prime Video, whatever it is?
Wheel of Time?
Yeah.
I cannot say that I have heard, sir. I can't even say I've even heard of this.
Wheel of Time is a book series that was out for a really long time, and some of our folks that we play Dungeons and Dragons to swear by it, and they love it. I don't want to do any spoilers for it, but it is certified fresh at 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad. I couldn't tell you if it is historically accurate to the book or not. But what I can tell you is that I was watching episode 1, and the tone halfway through the episode drastically changes. I'm just going to tell you, watch episode 1, see if you like it. I can tell you this. The first half of the show, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get down with this. Second half of that first episode, I was like, all right, okay, well, you got me. Let's keep going.
So it's kind of got one of those invincible moments?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of, and it's not at the end of the episode.
All right.
So it was a lot of fun. But let's talk about December. There's a lot of stuff to talk about for TV and movies today, actually. I'm underestimating it. There's not as much Marvel as there is this stuff. But I want to go through it anyway. 2022. We are going to have a huge year in 2022 for Star Wars. And a lot of these I'm into. I'm ready to go. 2022 doesn't count. Book of Boba Fett comes out in December. Comes out this month. But I got it on the list anyway because it's probably still going to be streaming throughout 2022. But that's exciting. We've all seen the trailer for Boba Fett. We're excited to see the international bounty hunter, the intergalactic bounty hunter come back. Of course, Ryan hasn't watched it, but if you listen to this show at all, you're not surprised by that. Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out in 2022. We've also got Andor, which is starring the gentleman from Rogue One, who is the main male lead in that movie. I don't know the premise too much behind that, but I'm excited for it. Mandalorian Season 3 will be coming out on Disney Plus in 2022. Ahsoka Tano will be coming out in 2022, starring Rosario Dawson. And I'm hard-pressed to believe that all of these shows don't have crossover. The only one that might is Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi, because those are taking place obviously way back when. And the events of Boba Fett and Mandalorian and Ahsoka Tano all take place way after. Ahsoka Tano might show up in Obi-Wan. That would be interesting. I would be down with that. But
I don't even know who that is.
She is Anakin Skywalker's...
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
I know. It's Darth Vader.
It's Ahsoka Tano is Anakin's Padawan learner, who survives Order 66. But yeah, that is crazy. And so not only that, but I'm looking at December right now. I'm looking at all the releases that are coming out in the month of December, and it's an extensive list. We got Lost in Space, Season 2, coming on December 1st, so apparently it's already out. We got Money Heist coming in on December 3rd. That's apparently already out. Netflix has Camp Cretaceous, which is Jurassic Park. It's a little animated series. That's coming out. I don't know.
Isn't that from Netflix?
Yes, okay, yes, so that is coming on Netflix. All three of these that I've mentioned so far are on Netflix. There's Encounter, which has the guy from the drumming movie where he can't hear. Oh my gosh. He was also the bad guy in the first Venom movie. He's a fantastic actor. That one's coming to theaters. That's going to be interesting. Diary of a Wimpy Kid came out December 3rd. Welcome to Earth coming out December 8th, which is this upcoming Wednesday. That's going to be an interesting one. Don't Look Up coming out to the theaters and then probably going to Netflix, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and that's produced by Adam McKay, who, I didn't know this, but Adam McKay is the director and producer that did Talladega Nights. He did Step Brothers. He did Blades of Glory. He did all those movies partnering with Will Ferrell. He did The Other Guys as well. Apparently, their Gary Sanchez Productions company has completely shut down, because Adam McKay wanted to do different stuff. He wasn't working very much with Will Ferrell anymore. And then apparently there was a movie going on about the Lakers in which Will Ferrell was trying to get hired as the owner or GM of the Lakers. And he did not hire him. He ended up hiring John C. Reilly. And apparently that whole production company split. That's interesting to me, at least. But now he's doing Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio. So, I mean, damn. We've also had West Side Story that's coming out very soon. The Witcher Season 2 is out December 17th. Speaking of which, We've got a couple of other ones. Spider-Man No Way Home coming out on the 17th. We've got Sing 2 coming out on the 22nd. And The King's Man, not Kingsman, but it is of the same universe.
I'm actually super hyped about that one.
I'm psyched about that one because Digimon Hansu's in it, and I love him and everything that he's been in. I'm not really psyched for the prequel. I don't really care much for it, but we'll see. Then, one that I know Ryan's going to be interested in, Matrix Revolutions.
Oh, yeah. I'm there.
December 22nd. How to Train Your Dragon. It's just called Dragons. Hold on, let me zoom in. Dragons, the 9 Realms. Then, by the way, Matrix is coming out on December 22nd. This Dragons is coming out on December 23rd. And then we've got The Tragedy of Macbeth. So this is an old school play, Macbeth. And this one's got Denzel Washington playing Macbeth. So this is another one of those, I don't know whether they're going to speak in Old English, whether 'tis nobler in the mind or whatever the hell it is. I'm sorry, I'm not interested, man. I love you, Denzel, but I'm not interested in those kind of movies anymore. We got Book of Boba Fett coming out on the 29th. So we got a release date for it, December 29th. And season 3 of Cobra Kai coming out on December 31st. It's going to be a packed December. And it is going to be an excellent 2022 in terms of stuff that's coming out, I think. That being said, let's go into our first break of the day. And then we're going to get into Marvel news. And then we are going to wrap up the episode. So thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you listening to those ads. It's annoying, but it helps us out quite a bit. So we will be back in just a moment. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope those ads were good. I hope it made you want to buy something. I'm just kidding. That's a complete lie. Oh, boy.
You can spend $100 and I'll make a movie for you. Let's go.
There it is. You know what? There's a producer listening somewhere that's like, you know what? This guy Ryan's onto something. I'm going to send them an email right now.
Nice. I'm trying to get in the business, baby. Get my foot in there.
There it is. What kind of camera would you use?
The kind that you shoot movies with.
How are you going to mic up your actors?
Oh, what do you mean? A microphone?
He's like, dude, I'm doing a silent film.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Bringing back the Charlie Chaplin stage, man. You know what I mean?
And then you're just going to cut to whatever they're saying. Hopefully it's not too long.
Yeah. I mean, I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Can't be that hard. I mean, if Ridley Scott can make movies,
wow.
who can't?
Ridley's not a big fan of the show. We have not been nice to Ridley on this show.
Well, we don't like him anyways because he don't like superhero movies.
I don't disagree at all.
Although he did give us Aliens, so we're sorry.
He did give us Aliens. He also gave us Gladiator, which is one of the greatest period pieces ever. I'm a big fan. I mean,
and I was entertained.
You were. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Apparently, filming has been completely stalled until January of 2022. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that because Shuri got hurt or something like that?
Shuri did get hurt. Letitia Wright has been stalled due to, I think, it's either an ankle or a shoulder injury or something. Ooh. So clearly, my girl's doing some stunts. She's getting in there and she's getting crazy. I love it. I think she is going to be maybe. So I'm going to give you spoilers for the video game, the Avengers video game. So in that game, Black Panther is helping the Avengers. He is trying to reach out globally to start, being more of an impact as the Black Panther, and he makes Shuri the queen.
Oh, nice.
And he continues to be Black Panther. Do we see Shuri step up and be the queen of Wakanda and watch M'Baku be Black Panther and have that same global reach?
Makes more sense to me.
I think that's a great idea. I'm also waiting to see this swole Panther, man, because he is much bigger.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's like a big kitty. I don't know. I don't know how to. He's a big boy.
He is a big boy. I saw him in that movie with Mark Wahlberg. Winston Duke is the actor's name, by the way. I keep calling him M'Baku. He is a big, big dude.
Yeah, he is.
And I think he's going to see a lot of success in that role.
I hope so.
Yeah. But we're going to stay on Black Panther to Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson, very famously, had the tiff with Disney. I don't even want to say it's Marvel. Is it fair to say that it's even Marvel?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's more with Disney over her pay and it being released on Disney Plus, at which she got a lot of support from. She had a lot of people come out and back her up. Every single actor, RDJ, Chris Hemsworth, all those guys, Feige. So I don't want to say it's with Marvel.
I want to say, too, that's more in business. And it's one of those things. Like, it is what it is. They're going to try to pull a little fast one, and you're like, like, all right, we were wrong.
Yeah.
No, we were wrong.
And so we thought, we're done with Scarlett. We're not going to see her anymore. And that turned out to be wholly untrue. We're starting to see she is back working with Kevin Feige on a top secret Marvel project. And the wonderful thing is, it's not even a Black Widow property. So what is it? What do you think she's working on? If she's not coming in to be the expert on the Black Panther, or not Black Panther, Black Widow, then what could be this super secret project? Is there going to be maybe a Red Room TV series? No, it can't be. Why did I say that? Because it's not related to Black Widow.
At all?
At all. So it's not going to be about the Red Room. It's not going to be about Yelena. It's not going to be about any of that stuff. She's going to be a producer on a completely different project.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe they make her a different character doing something else.
I don't know. She's a producer. She's not even going to be in it.
Oh.
So I'm kind of curious.
Don't they just give like producer credits to everybody? I'm pretty sure I'm a producer on something.
Not to the point where they go in and announce her as being one of the big parts working on that project. I would love to see her working on a Defenders project, partially because I want to see a Defenders project.
Do you really though?
I do. Have you watched any Hawkeye?
No, I didn't even really remember that Hawkeye was a thing until you just said that.
Hawkeye has got 3 episodes out right now.
When does She-Hulk come out?
I don't know. I know it's coming out next year.
Oh, is it next year?
We got a glimpse of it. We're probably going to start getting some trailers for it very soon. But yes, Hawkeye is out. It has been crazy so far. And I think I have an idea of what that Echo show is going to be after having watched Hawkeye. I think that character is somebody who's from that. I don't know if I'm excited about it, but we'll see. But Hawkeye is very grounded. It's very street level. It's very Hawkeye wheelhouse. It's very, very cool so far. And I don't want to spoil anything for it, but there was a massive, massive cameo in episode number 3.
Okay.
That has far-reaching implications for the MCU.
All right.
Make sure you go and you watch some Hawkeye. First of all, he's my favorite Avenger, so just do it for me. All right?
Will do.
Jeez. So, speaking of the MCU and people that want to join it, Keanu Reeves again, he's back on the list, saying it would be an honor to join the MCU. We've talked about this. Where do we think he goes? Where does he fit in? Does he fit in?
He could be the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer is a big one. Another one that a lot of people are clamoring for right now is Ghost Rider. I posted some very cool Ghost Rider art on the Alter Ego Instagram page. Go look at it. Give credit to that guy that posted it. I don't know, but I think it would be a decent role for him.
I can only see Nicolas Cage in that, just and as ruined as it is. I'm like, I don't even want to see Ghost Rider.
I want to see a very well done Ghost Rider. That's what I want. I want to see a Marvel Red Ghost Rider. I want to see John Bernthal come back as a Marvel style Punisher.
Honestly, I was going to say I would rather see John. I want to call him John Wick, but since that role, I'd rather see Keanu play the Punisher.
I don't think he's got that anymore. I really don't. I think Bernthal does a good job. Reeves coming in as the Punisher would be interesting, to say the very least. And he is now doing very violent, very crazy movies. And he's got the jet black hair, but does Punisher cut his hair and cut his beard to go back and play Frank Castle? Does Keanu Reeves do that?
Yeah, I can see it.
I cannot see it. I just can't.
And honestly, what makes you think that he can't have a beard and he can't have long hair?
Because he never has in the history of the Punisher.
I've never seen Cap with a beard, but here we are.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, does Keanu Reeves' star power finally bend Marvel and Disney to do something he wants? And do you introduce Punisher as somebody like that when Bernthal clearly did a good job?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, because it'd probably be kind of violent.
Yeah, it'd be extremely violent. It's not something that would end up on Disney Plus.
And then, well, I mean, it could. It still will, I'm sure. I mean, Deadpool's going to end up there.
I disagree. Disagree. I think a rated R Deadpool is not going to show up on Disney Plus. I don't think that's something that the producers are willing to accept.
Yeah, you say that, but Disney likes this green stuff that they hand me for making money.
Yeah.
For making movies called money.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to draw them.
I just don't buy it, man.
Once they own the rights and they can do it, I think that absolutely will happen.
Yeah, in terms of going on Disney Plus, they own Hulu as well.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he go there?
That makes sense. But if it's supposed to come into that place where it's Marvel and you know it, you don't make a guy the highest paid and then go, hey, go to Hulu where you don't know where, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can watch Spiderman there, but then you got to pick up stars to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's confusing on Hulu. And I just think having it right there on Disney Plus.
It's just a matter of content. You're not going to have something that has Moana also have the Punisher on there. There's nothing inherently violent. Even if you look at Mandalorian with all the death that happens in there, it's Star Wars death where somebody gets a little burn mark and that's where they're dead. They're not bleeding.
Yeah.
And you don't do Punisher without blood and gore and guns. And that's not something that the Disney name is going to allow.
I mean, it's 2021.
You're not wrong, but
diversify your bonds.
But see, they don't. Because they're Marvel and Disney, and right now they're printing their own money. They're not going to hurt their stock having a Punisher go on Hulu as opposed to Disney Plus. They're still printing their own money. Nothing's going to stop that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. A little bit of actual comic news. I really like this. I've been reading a lot of Venom. Venom is the one comic character, he and Punisher, that I still go and pick up their editions of their comics when they release over at my local comic book shop, Emerald City Comics. And it's following the actual Venom symbiote. There was the whole King in Black arc right now that went on, and I haven't had a chance to finish that because I don't have time to read as much comics as I'd like. But I do know that Venom's son, Dylan, is starting to take a major forefront.
Still just so weird to me.
In the comics.
I'm Venom. Yeah, my name's Carnage. My name's Dylan.
No. Dylan is no longer just Dylan. Which I don't know if you follow the comic books, but it's actually kind of cool. Dylan is not actually a human being.
No, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying the name-wise, like Venom, Carnage, Dylan.
Well,
like,
no.
Fits.
No. You're still, if you're doing that list, you're going to do Eddie, Cletus, Dylan. Those all three fit.
Yeah.
That sounds like the weirdest ragtag band, guys that play the spoons in the wash rack. Here's Eddie, Dylan, and Cletus.
Yeah.
Here's Cletus on the spoons. But anyway, Dylan has now taken on the mantle of Venom.
Okay. So it's like that when you say, okay.
Because Eddie Brock took on the God of the Symbiotes, and I believe in the comic takes the mantle on as God of the Symbiotes and has gone back to the symbiote planet, and so they still need a Venom on Earth, and his son Dylan has taken the reins. Maybe that's incorrect, but I don't think it is.
Okay, that makes more sense. Dylan is whatever he is, and then there's Venom. I was just saying the name was just kind of off-putting.
Right. So when you look at that, though, hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it reads. The story from IGN says Eddie Brock's son Dylan is now Venom. In a recent issue of Venom, Eddie Brock's son Dylan is forced to bond with the Venom symbiote, making him the first ever teenage Venom.
Oh.
But we're staying in the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse 2 has come out and said you're going to have something to show for that movie very soon, which is kind of exciting if you ask me.
Spider-Verse 2?
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse 2 is finally starting to get some content, something that they can show, and oh my goodness. What? The studio's getting a hostile takeover. What? Excuse me.
Is my mic on?
Oh, gosh. Yes, it is.
Hello.
She came in for literally the last two pieces of news. Better late than never.
I figured, what the hell?
We gave you this one earlier.
No,
for what?
We didn't.
Not being here.
Oh, well, sorry.
She doesn't sound sorry, does she, Ryan?
No, she doesn't. Not at all.
All right, you were saying Spider-Verse?
Yes. We're supposed to have something very soon for Into the Spider-Verse numero dos. And I didn't know this, but Oscar Isaac, who's playing Moon Knight, originally did a post-credits scene for Into the Spider-Verse as Spider-Man 2099. Did you know that?
No, I did not. I didn't even know there was a post-credit in there.
There isn't, is what I'm saying. He recorded one.
Oh. Okay.
But the rumor has it that he is going to reprise his role as Spider-Man 2099 to be in Into the Spider-Verse 2.
I'm here for it.
Me too. I'm here for it. I'm here for it if they're doing No Way Home and Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse shows up.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the best kind of weird that we could see.
How many more days do I have till that movie drops?
The 17th.
12.
I'm out on the 17th.
2 weeks, less than that.
12 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all I got left.
Day one. That's a day one. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Are we seeing it day one?
Probably.
I
that
hope
might
so.
be even one that I have to get up late and watch it.
Thursday night.
Yeah. Go watch that thing
Let's go
in
hit
theaters.
our friend up and see if she can make it happen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Early, because I'm there for it.
All right. So, speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, there was a lot of controversy about if No Way Home was going to be the last time we saw Tom Holland play Spider-Man. We talked about it last time we were on this show of him saying if he's playing Spider-Man past 30, he's done something wrong, and he feels like Miles Morales should take on the mantle of Spider-Man. And I was like, this doesn't really sound good. And then, this upcoming week, or last week, they came out and said that Spider-Man and Marvel and Sony are already all working together on a new trilogy starring Tom Holland.
So he's going to be 30 by the time he's done playing Spider-Man.
He very well might, but probably in a reduced role if that's really how he felt about it. I thought that was very, very cool to hear. I'm excited to hear that he's going to remain the MCU's Spider-Man. He does a great job with it, so I'm happy with this. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think that's really good that we're going to still have Tom Holland. Now we've got Venom. What a time to be alive. I say it so often.
Yeah.
It is the time to be alive. Let's not be confused.
Well, I mean, anybody after this already has a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of things they need to watch.
Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of things. And
can you confirm for me, without spoiling anything, that in Hawkeye episode 3, there is a massive, massive MCU changing cameo?
3 or 4?
Episode 3.
Oh.
4 is not out yet. There's only 3.
There's a yeah. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
There's a cameo that you need to see.
Now, mind you, it's not really something to see. It's a very minor, quick detail that you need to be paying attention to about the first 5 to 10 minutes of the episode. You don't actually see, right?
No, you don't see it.
I mean, you do, but not in
a
a confirmation sort of way. Like, you have to kind of know the arc of the current. I'm going to spoil it, so I'm going to shut up.
But it's something that if you know, and it has been confirmed that this person is in the MCU, and this is that individual in Hawkeye. So, like, come on, guys.
And it opens up a huge door for a lot of other things to walk right into this universe.
So
or this,
please.
The MCU, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's no time.
That's all I needed to be here.
That's all you were here for. That's gonna cut it for us, guys. If I could leave you with anything, go watch Hawkeye. It's really, really good, and we're all super excited for Into the Spider-Verse 2 and for No Way Home. It's gonna be really, really good. A lot of things to talk about. Next week we are talking Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's going to be badass. So make sure that you're here to listen to it. We sincerely appreciate you. Anything else? Anything else we want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to add?
Another cheap plug. Remember that I am producing movies for $100.
$100.
Just $100 between now and Christmas.
$100. One C note. One Benjamin. That's it. That's all it costs.
Are they of the adult nature?
Oh.
They could be.
He's open.
I'll
He's
do
open
whatever you want. $100 is $100.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at the Alter Ego Podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. We will see you again next week. Hope you had a great holiday with your family. And we're getting back to it. We're getting ready to stroll into 2022.
Lots of things happening.
Oh, big congratulations to the Seven Lamb podcast crew. They just passed 3 million downloads. Those guys are absolutely killing it over there. If you would like to hear my voice as a character, please check out some of their stuff. Really, really awesome. Really exciting. Catch you next week.
It's only $100. Not that much money.
Speaking of cameos, you got one for me today. Technically. Bye.
Part-timer.
Yeah.